I heard it again, that low, echoing hum that didn't belong to the forest I thought I knew. It came just after sunset, when the trees started whispering with wind and shadows stretched like claws across the ground. I was alone behind our cabin, tossing breadcrumbs for birds, when it rose from the woods like a deep sigh from the earth itself. It made the hairs on my arms stand up. At first, I told myself to ignore it. I knew the forest trail well. I'd walked it since I was little. But something about that sound, it wasn't like an animal or wind or even a person. It felt old, calling. So, like an idiot in a scary story, I followed it. The path narrowed quicker than I remembered, roots rising like twisted veins. I pushed through brush and ducked under low branches, tracking the sound as it shifted, always just out of reach. Every time I thought I'd gotten close, it moved deeper, softer, farther. Then I realized I'd passed the same fallen log twice. I stopped. The silence pressed in, heavy and wrong. No birds, no crickets, just me and the dry rustle of dead leaves beneath my boots. I turned around, or, at least, I thought I did, but nothing looked familiar. The trail was gone. Panic slid into my chest like a cold knife. I spun, trying to catch some sign of direction, anything. But the trees here weren't the same kind from near our cabin. They were taller, darker, their bark covered in patches of strange gray moss. Some of them leaned toward each other like they were whispering about me. I took a breath, then another. Okay, Lena, I whispered to myself, trying to keep my voice from shaking. You're not that far in. Just retrace your steps. Easier said than done. I picked a direction and walked, breaking branches as I went to mark my path, just like Dad taught me. But the deeper I went, the more the forest changed. The air grew cooler, damp. My breath began to fog, even though it was still August. Then the humming returned, closer now, beneath my feet. A vibration. I crouched low and pressed my hand to the ground. The dirt buzzed faintly, like a voice murmuring through soil. My heartbeat thundered in my ears. I didn't know what scared me more, the sound or the fact that I was starting to like it. Like it was promising something, like I should follow it. I forced myself to stand and walk the opposite way. Everything in me screamed to turn back, to chase it, but I kept moving forward. I counted my steps. I marked trees. I didn't stop. Eventually, the humming faded. The forest lightened slightly, sun filtering through the branches again. I found a trail, a real one, flattened leaves, boot prints. I nearly cried with relief. Still, the path wasn't familiar, but I followed it. After maybe 10 minutes, I heard something new, rushing water, a creek, and just beyond the creek, voices. Human voices. I sprinted, slipping and nearly falling into the water, crashing through the underbrush until I burst out onto a wider trail, where two hikers looked up, startled. They stared at me, mud-covered, wild-eyed, twigs in my hair, and one of them asked, "Are you okay?" I didn't know how to answer.